Greetings and welcome to another playthrough of Nox. And this time, a new game as a wizard. Wizards are masters of magic. They create magical traps containing spells. They cannot wear armor and can arm themselves only with staves. Wizards commence their quest near Castle Galliva. Alright, poor health, excellent magic, weak strength and slow speed. So... this is gonna be a challenge, regardless of how you do it. Though I somehow feel that the wizard playthrough is fundamentally different, aside from the fact that it's the completely different class. The story just feels slightly different when you play a wizard. My gut feeling tells me that that is because they just liked the wizard class more. Anyway, for this playthrough will be Leonardo, the magician, and we'll have a mustache, a beard, and sideburns, and they're all gonna be white as snow. He will be Leonardo the Tartan. No, I can't actually draw that. So anyway, my shirt will be maybe lighter blue with light gray. And shoes that don't match. I think that looks almost zero. All right, let's get some dark pants and gray pants. Leonardo the Grey. This will have to do.
The work of a great wizard is a sight to behold, a mastery of magical power channeled to the most astounding effect. So, you should know that in all of Nox, Horvath is the name synonymous with the greatest of wizards. And your timing is auspicious. As I speak, Horvath is looking for an apprentice. Win his favor, and his sacred citadel will become your home, the Wizard's Tower in Castle Galliva. Succeed with him, and your future on Nox is assured. Hard, cold facts, lad. You must become a wizard's apprentice before you can gain entry to the Tower of Illusion. The one controlling that is the arch-wizard Horvath, an old friend of mine. I know Horvath is in need of a worthy apprentice, but are you worthy, lad? Follow the beach road, find the home of his new apprentice, and beware of urchins. They can be the most nettlesome of pests at best. I guarantee you don't want to learn their worst, lad.
Alright then. Now we start off with no skills and only a flimsy staff. So that's pretty much the same as all the other classes. Well, except for the warrior, which starts with a sword. Each class starts with the basic intro to the mechanics, so that's alright. And our first spell. Missiles of Magic. I suppose because Magic Missiles was copyrighted by another game that I will not mention. Let's just keep walking around. Now wizards really rely on keeping their distance from enemies because you have barely any health. Which is compounded by the fact that you're also not the fastest class, which is a bit of a problem sometimes. But fortunately, a wizard has loads of firepower, eventually. You also will not be relying much on melee weapons. And if you do, it most likely will be the staff you'll get later on. Which is important to plot, but I will not tell you right now, and if you've seen the other playthroughs, you'll know what I'm talking about anyway. Now, especially at the start, you don't want to throw around your magic willy-nilly, because you don't have that much mana just yet. You do have more than the Conjurer or the... Of course you have more than the Warrior. What am I talking about? You do have more than the Conjurer, but it's mostly because all your skills pretty much require magic. Actually, at least I can probably melee. Alright, some boots. Now let's go find Horvath. He's probably in his house. Oh no, I'm dead.
Thieving little creatures. The urchins just moved into our area and have already made absolute pests of themselves. I am Arch-Wizard Horvath. I am looking for my apprentice. I fear he has been lost in a nearby urchin den. If you could find him and bring him back to me, I would be willing to bring you along with us to Galliva. Come, I will show you the way to the wretched urchin den outside my apprentice's home. Here's a spellbook and some other articles you might need. I've unlocked the gate. Just follow the road, and I expect you will have no trouble finding these details.
Sorry for interrupting you there, Horvath. I'm gonna go loot this house for a while before I commit myself to diving into Urchin Den. Urchins are especially difficult to deal with as a wizard. Because for the most part, you can't really keep up with them as much. The best bet in destroying them is really to magic missile them in the face. To attempt to kill them with your staff is a very unoptimal strategy. Alright, let's get all the goodies we can find in all the crevices. So the wizard class does allow for strafing, which is something you can't do with the Conjurer, for instance. Well, I suppose I can sell the pants, but... nothing here, nothing there, nothing anywhere. Where could they be? Oh, down there, of course. Let's make sure that I didn't miss anything. Nope, doesn't look like it. Alright, let's keep going. Yes, mana crystals. So basically, as wizards, you'll be hugging mana crystals like mad, especially at the start. And you really wish you can find a ranged weapon of some kind, which is gonna be a stave. Can't get in here, you need a sapphire key. What is that picture? Can't quite tell. I'm guessing it's one of the other games that Westwood had made in the time. Probably something from Lands of Lore. Also a nice game. Might play it someday. It's mostly the sequence in the City of the Ancients that always messes me up in that game. But that's not the game we're playing right now. We're playing Nox, and we're killing some urchins here and there. Keeping an eye out for any secrets. Any spellbooks. And then running back to the mana crystals. I wish you could bring them with you. But no. Don't want to waste any real mana potions on these guys, especially not for anything as simple as magic missiles and lesser heal.
Urchin! 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 Urchin!
And now I'm out. Alright. Yeah, breaking anything with a wizard takes a while. Unless you have the right spells. Which you usually don't. Bit of a waste of a mana potion, but I'll allow it. Let's just focus on where we want to go. Nothing secret in this part. Gold or experience. I'm currently the initiate wizard. And there's still not much to me just yet. Ah, mana crystal. At least mana magic missiles are, no, missiles of magic are smart. Right, I just need to douse the flames. Simple enough. And that gives me the sapphire key. Walking through lava hurts a lot. Try jumping instead. And so I will. I don't suppose I could douse the lava with these things. Nope. Alright. Let's keep exploring. Now there should be a spellbook in here somewhere, I think. Well, then again, this is the first area. No, look, there's a hallway I missed. Oh, joy. This scroll, I should have picked that up before, but it didn't matter really. My missiles were one-shot killing them anyway. Really big guy with stick. Right. Let's get the apprentice.
Thank you for trying to rescue me, but I'm already too far gone. The urchins, they weren't acting alone. It was a necromancer.
Oh, just when you thought you couldn't loathe urchins enough. Ah, there's the spellbook. Lightning. And I'll just loot your robe. It's neat. It's basically the same spell that a channel spell, which requires you to stand still. So it is not really the best kind of spell to use against urchins, but it'll do. It'll do.
My apprentice's robe. Dark fortunes must have befallen him. You have proven the urchins were no match for you. Perhaps you might make a good apprentice. Yes. Follow me to the laboratory. And when you are ready, just step into the teleporter and you will be brought to Galliva. We have much work ahead of us when we arrive.
And this is what I feel is different about this scenario, this playthrough. Horvath, there seems to be a much more hands-on master. Neither Mordwin or or apprentice seem to really be involved in the player beyond sending them on a quest. Horvath actually seems to be part of their training. Even if right here just now he just sent us on a quest. Now we're following him back to
When you are ready, just step onto the teleporter and we will be on our way.
And that's this thing, so...
I could not have anticipated this development, lad, as events seem to be moving at their own unsettling speed. You have been called upon by Horvath to go to the mysterious wizard tower. He must believe in you, because he is entrusting you to apprentice with him and to do research in the Forgotten Library.
Welcome to the city of Galliva, realm of the wizards. You will be my new apprentice. Everything has been arranged. You may shop for anything you need, but do not tarry too long. I shall meet you in my office inside the Tower of Illusion. Just take Spire Street and you will find the tower.
Let's go explore the town. These people should be much nicer to me now that I'm not a warrior.
The road to Ix is closed.
Right. Is there anything else I can explore here? Just before I forget. Suppose I will need some sort of teleportation spell for that. Maybe later. Maybe later. Let's go into town. Who are you?
I've heard strange and disturbing stories about the land of the dead. Something about walking skeletons. I don't know who spreads these insane rumors.
Well, you do. By talking about them. Alright, pretty much the same procedure as before. Explore everything and steal anything that isn't bolted down. Because these people don't need the gold or the apples. You do. Oh yes, the shady apple merchant.
Want to buy an apple? They're smuggled in from the vast orchards of Dunmere.
He does have a mighty staff, but staves are not really that important to me. Beyond smashing stuff. A book of energy bolt. Now this is, as far as I know, the only place you can find the book of energy bolt. Although I might have missed some others on the way. It's fairly similar to lightning, except it doesn't arc between enemies. So it might be more useful if you face a single enemy. Well, something to consider at least. Now for a wizard, of course, it is much more imperative that you upgrade your spells as soon as you can.
Welcome to the Griffin's Nest. My inn may not be as fancy as Maximilian's, but I guarantee you a peaceful rest.
Yeah, I don't need sleep. I'm playing Nox.
Wizards are always welcome here. What can I interest you in?
Yeah, that would be good for business if wizards are always welcome here. I better sell these pants, I don't need them. Let's see... cloak that I don't really want. Let's just keep moving on. And stealing stuff. Ah, this inn.
Welcome to Maximilian's, the Southern Land's finest inn. Actually, business has been somewhat slow of late. 2 weeks ago, thieves broke in and robbed the place. I don't expect I'll see my stolen belongings again, but nothing would please me more than to see those rogues brought to justice. I'll happily reward anyone who turns them in.
Well, that's a job for us then. They don't want to talk. Nobody here wants to talk. What a gloomy place. Ah,
Well, I bet it's been a long day for you, eh, mate?
I already know the Urchin scroll. Some regular barrels. And some free apples. Alright, let's check upstairs. And we'll continue this next time.